Hello students, right now we are going to study if clause type 0 and type 1. First we need to understand what is if clause. So types of conditionals or if clause, it's about types of conditionals that express a range of hypothetical information depending on the combinations of verb tenses used in the conditional sentence. Now let's see if clause type 0 or 0 conditional. So, the zero conditional refers to conditional sentences in which the if clause and the main clause both contain conditional verbs that are in the simple present tense. It is used to talk about facts that always true. So the form is in the simple present tense and it talks about general truth or always true. So the form of the sentence is if and then subject and then in the present tense form and then subject plus present of the main verb. So the if clause are in the present tense. Let's see an example. If you throw a ball in the air, it comes back down. So if you throw a ball in the air, that is in present tense, if you throw a ball in the air, it comes back down. And also in the present tense, it comes back down. This sentence is always true. Every time you throw a ball in the air, it comes back down. It is true in the past, it is true in the present, and it is true in the future. It is always true that if you throw a ball in the air, it comes back down. So the form is in the present tense. Another example, if we get up early, we always go jogging. If we get up early, that's in present tense, we always go jogging, also in present tense. So this sentence is generally true because we jog every time we get up early. If we get up early, we always go jogging. It means if we don't get up early, we don't go jogging because we always go jogging if we get up early. If she eats her dinner, she always eats very little. If she eats her dinner, that's in present tense form, she always eats very little, also in present tense form. So if she eats her dinner, she always eats very little. It is true. Every time she eats her dinner, she always eats very little. True in the past, true in the present, and true in the future because that is her truth. That is true about her. And now we are going to see if clause type 1 or first conditional. So first conditional sentences contain a conditional verb in the simple present tense in the if clause and a future tense verb preceded by the auxiliary verb will in the main clause. First conditional sentences explain a hypothetical result in the future depending on a non-real condition in the present. So this is a non-real condition in the present. So the main clause depends on the if clause. Let's see an example. So the form is if in the present simple tense, and then the main clause is will plus infinitive. The if clause in the present tense, the main clause in the will plus infinitive verb. That is the form. Let's see the example. If I see him, I will tell him. If I see him, that's in the present tense. What happens if I see him? I will tell him. So, I can only tell him if I see him. If I don't see him, I cannot tell him. So, the main clause is very dependent on the if clause. If I see him, I will tell him. Present and future. If I win the lottery, I will buy a new house. If I win the lottery, that is in present tense. I will buy a new house, that's in future tense. So I will buy a new house can only happen if I win the lottery. I don't win the lottery, then I cannot buy a new house. I will be ready for the test if I prepare it well. I will be ready for the test in future tense if I prepare it well in present tense form. So I can only be ready for the test if I prepare it. If I don't prepare it, I cannot be ready for the test. Well, that is all for if clause type 0 and type 1. See you again in another lesson. Thank you.